Another V-shaped recovery is happening on the stock market right now, and historically every single time whenever we have seen such kind of a V-shaped recovery, it has always corresponded also with the bottom in crypto and a bigger continuation for the entire market. So on today's update video, I'm gonna be doing a deep dive on this here. I'm gonna be talking about the most important news about the inflation we got yesterday, what it means for the upcoming rate cuts, what does this mean for the global economy, and much more important stuff will be discussed. Also, of course, I'm going to be talking about Bitcoin, what is happening on the imminent short term, what are we seeing? We're seeing that slight little recovery like we predicted in yesterday's video, but what is the forecast from of this point? I will completely break it down on today's update video, so don't forget to once again slap up that like button back above 1,000 likes will be highly appreciated, and let me jump straight away in towards today's update video, and let me kick off the video with discussing the short term. So we created that CME gap yesterday, we filled it up here, then now Bitcoin is once again cooling back towards the upside after we had the breakdown of the upper sloping support line, and of course where we were creating that bearish divergence on the top side. And I discussed it also exactly on yesterday's video. Similar towards this previous move towards the upside, we're probably just going to be slowly consolidate towards the upside, and that is exactly what happened so far here. And honestly, I do think it's going to be playing out in a very similar way. If you're looking at the imminent short term, the 1 hour time frame, it is clear to see that the top side, that $105,000 level, is the resistance to break here. And to straight away tell you, we already got rejected by it for about 6 times in a row right now here. So it is going to be definitely the most crucial level to be breaking above of for Bitcoin. At the meantime, while Bitcoin has been coiling up ever so slightly, we have seen, of course, Ethereum act very strongly. I'm still my Ethereum trade, and honestly, I am targeting $4,000. Why I'm targeting $4,000, I'm going to be telling you later in this video, so make sure to stick in the video. Then at the same time, our Bitcoin trade is still doing well here. This was a trade I opened up together with you guys on the exact bottom here. If you were around here and not were fooled by, of course, all the fear in the market, you could have copied my trade here. And if you did so, congratulations, you did made a lot of profit on this trade here. This is using grid trading bots here. And just like I said many times before, guys, don't forget to sign up an account to Pionex where you can trade grid trading bots yourself. And if you write a sign-up account using the highest link description of today's video, guys, you can claim it $30 towards $100 for free. And soon I'm going to be opening up some new trades again here, which you can also exactly copy like I am currently doing so. And it's probably going to be on altcoins because I am currently preparing myself for the next big breakout. Honestly, if you're just looking at Bitcoin right now here, you can see it's coiling up against this very important resistance. Literally the top side of the previous all-time high here. And really, whenever we're going to be breaking above that exact range, I do believe we're going to be having that last move towards the upside I talked about many times before on my videos. I really think we're going to create one final leg towards the upside to about $130,000, maybe 135 or maybe 140 at maximum targets, and then probably we're going to be seeing that top getting created. That is at least my forecast. Right now, the breakout is really once again happening on the weekly time frame as well. You can see Bitcoin was creating a downward sloping trend line and now officially broke above it. And now we can see that continuation higher. And really also on the previous occasion, we also had a weekly downward sloping trend line. And whenever we broke above that level is whenever that real big breakout towards the upside also started. And we are also seeing that the bull market support band is also once again flipped bullish and is going to be acting as support right now here. So things are looking very great here. And if I'm going to be looking at my big support and resistance chart here, you can see that also, like we discussed exactly yesterday, we bounced from off that support level I mentioned, the $101,000, and the big level to be breaking off for Bitcoin is going to be the top side laying around $106,000, which is literally the daily resistance for Bitcoin. So excited what we're seeing right now here. I'm expecting this is going to be the last move, but I do also want you to understand the macro perspective. So right now in the macro economy, we are seeing right now, once again, some good news there, according to trade deals with Trump. And right now, the stock market is creating a V-shaped recovery. And we have actually seen a couple V-shaped recoveries in the last few years there. And if you're going to be overlaying the Bitcoin chart on top of the V-shaped recovery from the stock market, you can see here was a V-shaped recovery and we moved towards the upside. Here we had a massive V-shaped recovery. It was also marking the bottom for Bitcoin and we went much, much higher. Here we saw somewhat of a V-shaped recovery, marked the bottom of Bitcoin. Bitcoin, and it went higher. Here, exactly the same. Bitcoin went higher, and then once again, right now, we are seeing the exact same. A major crash with a V-shaped recovery on the stock market, and Bitcoin is once again also bottomed. And like we have seen in previous occasions, usually Bitcoin tends to follow in that momentum towards the upside. So that is very great news here. And of course, one of the reasons why we are seeing an ever so slight bounce back towards the upside is that inflation is falling even further. Even lower than expected, it is coming in here. It fell down to 2.3% here. And if we're looking at all the data, the CPI, so the inflation is dropping. We're seeing consumer confidence drop also quite hard. We're seeing unemployment rising, but the Fed fund rates is not coming down yet here. But of course, exactly everything is happening for the Fed funds rates to come down here. So in my opinion, really, this is not going to take much longer. Of course, I really think the Fed just wants to see if the inflation isn't sticky. And of course, right now with all these trade deals, probably we're not going to be seeing any sticky inflation. And of course, if that is going to be the case, we are probably going to see the rates come down quite heavily. So super excited for that. Excited for how that's going to be playing out here. At the same time, we're still seeing like neutral funding rates. And of course, I think really it's right now more important to look at the charts instead of only the funding rates, what I did, of course, at the bottom. Because at the bottom, of course, I thought the chart was looking good, but the funding rates were giving me that extra confirmation, right? Then looking at Ethereum, it is once again pushing back towards the upside. Just like I said earlier, I've got some big trades running. Also on Pionex, I already hit my take profit. And on some other exchanges, I am still having my trades running here. So on Pionex, I already locked in about 20k, 15k in profit. Soon we're going to be opening up a new trade over there as well. And of course, like you can see, the trade is still here in the description. If anyone copied that, and I know a lot of people did, they made a lot of money here. So congratulations if you did so. And right now, for my target right here, it's going to be $4,000. It's going to be the top side of the range here because I am very convinced about how the markets work here. At least this is what I learned from all my previous times in crypto, in the market. And that is always that the last part of the cycle is where altcoins do the best here. And I mean, it happened so in 2020, 2021, right? I mean, it was only, to be exact, for like 3 months altcoins did well here. It was from, let me see, March till May. It's even like 2 months here. Only for 2 months, altcoins, the Bitcoin dominance dropped from 61% all the way down to 40 in a matter of 2 months here. And it was also exactly at the end part of the cycle. And also exactly the same previously around here. It dropped from about 67% to all the way to 36% from, like from December all the way to January. So in a matter of 1 month, it dumped about 50% towards the downside. So you have to understand that always in the last part of the cycle, the biggest gains are always realized. And that is where I'm also betting on with Ethereum. We are having some very bullish and positive news coming out soon here regarding to the staking ETF. Some catalysts are right now perfectly aligning. And for me to hit $4,000 is actually quite conservative because it's not even an all-time high here. The all-time high is of course $4,900, but my full take profit target is going to be $4,000. I'm going to be taking out my profit. I made over $3 million from my trade then. And then, of course, I'm going to be out here because mainly I've been also buying a lot of spots. I've showed my positions many times before on the channel. And here you can see over here on the right side, 1.1. I started with 200K. And of course, if it's going to hit $4,000, I will be making about $2.5 million. So yeah, for me, I'm okay here. If we are hitting $4,000, I'm going to be taking my profits and of course, go back in stables and wait till the opportunity is going to be aligning once again here. So this is what I'm doing, guys. I truly hope you learned something from this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and I will be back tomorrow with another update video here on the channel. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.